Oh my God. If you guys missed night 2, I honestly feel sorry for you. I am TJ. I have invited wrestling fanatics to this show tonight that I know we're watching. First, I have invited the one and only Boobus. Bubba has followed this all the way. Second, because he is always a number 2, I've asked Rage to be here. Rage has been one of my broadcast partners for years. We both share a love for this. And of course, I have invited to join us tonight the radio role model, the one, the only Ray Lytle, to be here tonight as we recap night 2 of WrestleMania. And what an amazing night of wrestling that we see tonight. My God, I was blown away. It was unpredictable. It was out of this world. It was left field. Nobody expected any of this. Except me. There were a couple of matches that did catch me off guard. But most of tonight, I have to admit that most of tonight, I called it on the nose. I'm waiting on Rage to get in here and join me, and anybody else who can. I was so blown away. Please chirp up in the chat room if you were a part of this, because my God, what they were so lackluster with last night. Tonight, they took it to the next level. And tonight, they blew it out of the water. It was unbelievable how well it went tonight. I'm blown away. Let's start with tonight. Let's start with the opening match. The opening match put the World Heavyweight title on the line. Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. CM Punk at commentary. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth it goes. With Drew McIntyre winning it. But everybody was saying Drew was going to get it. There was one person that I know of that was saying Drew will get it, but he's not going to hold it. Not tonight. Lo and behold, I was right. Here comes Damian Priest after Punk softened up McIntyre just a little bit more. Damian Priest comes out, cashes in Money in the Bank, south of heaven. Damian Priest is the new World Heavyweight Champion. What a match. Ray and I were texting back and forth throughout all of this, and we agreed that was the match throughout most of the night that stole the show. But I have to admit, That is not the match that really stole the show tonight. It's really not. But we'll get to that match. We will get to that match. We had, yeah. Hey, Roy. Oh, my God. What a night. I don't think I have yelled this much at a WrestleMania since 2004. WrestleMania 20. I mean, I was involved. I was invested. They really wrote it right. They did it. What a phenomenal night. I couldn't believe how much I was drawn into this. Next match. Yes, wrestling. Next match was Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament. Lashley and Street Profits, which was my original call, they were the ones that took it. It was a decent back and forth match. I'm not going to deny that. It was all right. But it was not what I was really expecting. I was expecting a lot more. Oh, God. As soon as Rage will get in here, we'll be able to talk about this a little more. I'm texting him back and forth right now and saying, hurry up. We were both just, if Rage was here, we both would have been yelling at this the whole time. It was amazing. So Bayley, Io Sky, Women's WWE Championship on the line, turned into one of the best matches of the night. Rage was dead set. It was Io. Io's going to keep it. Io. I mean, I guess he's into Asians, but he was dead set. And I'm like, no, man, it's Bayley's time. Bayley earned her keep. Bayley's ready to go. It's Bayley's time. Bayley has it. Damn it. Again, I was right. Bayley got it. Grudge match. AJ Styles and LA Knight. This is one I was wrong on tonight. They were back and forth. I mean, it was insane. They were back and forth. But the back and forth of it, at the end of the day, Bayley won it. Right again. We come to the final match. Oh, wait, no. We have the triple threat, which I also called. Rage does not want to admit that I called most of tonight. I called most of the outcomes tonight. Rage will not admit it. Rage is going to argue and go, oh, no, it was lucky guesses. No. Tonight, I kind of saw tonight how it was going to unfold. Triple threat for the U.S. title. Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. Paul got a sneaky move and capitalized and got to retain the U.S. title. Which brings us to the final match. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Round 2. Bloodline rules. Anything goes. Only way to win is pinfall or submission. Cody looked like he was on the ropes more than once. Like he was done. With some help from John Cena, Jey Uso, and making a surprise return appearance, the Phenom, The Undertaker. Cody Rhodes finally was able to finish the story and won the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship and dethroned Roman Reigns after over 1,000 days of holding the title. What an amazing WWE WrestleMania. I gotta say, I have not been this invested in WWE storyline in years. Like, to the point I was barely turning it on. Wasn't even really all that interested. And it's been as Paul Levesque, also known as Triple H, has been asserting himself and building it up and working on it and moving forward as the head of creative, that I've started getting more and more invested. And I've started really enjoying it more and getting back into it. And it's such a flashback of the old Attitude Era and what I remember watching as a teenager and what I was invested in and what I loved about it and what I really enjoyed. And it's been the work of TKO and Paul Levesque and Nick Khan and all these guys working together, bringing it back, even with all the scandal that's surrounding it right now and Vince McMahon and everything that happened. And they've built it up. And just what an amazing night tonight. I was so blown away by it. And I was so happy by it. I have not seen this tonight. Last night, in my opinion, got a B. Tonight, A. Tonight was an A. They hit the pinnacle of what they needed to do. This was 40 years of WrestleMania, and my God, how they pulled it off. I was completely shocked, completely blown away. I did not expect the boost that I saw tonight like I saw. I was absolutely beside myself with it. It was absolutely amazing. If you have not watched it and you have Peacock, by all means, I am telling you to go there, get your Peacock subscription, and go back and watch both nights of this year's WrestleMania. Because if you were a fan at all when you were younger, this one will drag you back in. For Cody Rhodes to finally finish the story and to take the belt, hand it to his mom at the end of the match, watching the dejected defeated bloodline make their way out of the arena, trying to figure out what they're going to do next. I'm amazed. I'm truly amazed at how it unfolded. And I was excited. I was really excited for tonight. I was nervous, in all honesty, going into it because of my predictions and what I expected. Mainly because I didn't want to be considered wrong, but I was nervous going into it. And there was a couple of matches, and those matches I was like, well, I may be wrong. But I did say the World Heavyweight Championship was going to be taken Money in the Bank by Damian Priest, go to Judgment Day. Damian Priest is currently on the dais right now in the press conference. I was proven right on that one. To see LA Knight pull it out, that was an upset on my predictions. And to see Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits pull it out, that was an upset on my predictions. Bayley winning was what I predicted. I don't like Logan Paul. I think he's an arrogant, pompous ass. But Logan Paul winning was what I predicted. And I did predict Cody overcoming all odds with a little help to defeat Roman Reigns and get the title away from him finally. Steve, if you're in the chat room, you will back this up. To see him hold it for as long as he did, nearly 4 years, Roman Reigns held that title. And a lot of times by nefarious circumstances. To see Roman lose that title finally was a big win, not only to Cody Rhodes, who knocked him off and completed his family's story. It was a big win to anyone who is a wrestling fan, who loves the product for what it is, and they were looking forward to tonight. I'm unbelievably blown away right now. I really am. So the next person coming in for the press conference for tonight, let me see, is Bayley, who won the WWE Women's Championship. And by the way, not only did she win that championship, she looks sexy as hell out there tonight. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania tonight was 40 some odd degrees, and they were outside in front of 73,000 people doing what they do. And I mean, just amazing charisma from Bayley. Bayley finally did something that I did not expect. Bayley took herself to that next level and showed that she is a main event competitor finally. She was always a good competitor, but she finally showed that she could step it up and hang with the big ones. And I was very, very happy with how Bayley did tonight. But nothing competes with the fact that nothing competes with Cody tonight. Nothing. So no matter what anyone says, Cody definitely He definitely got it done. And no one can take that away from him. Um, like I said, Bailey on the dais right now in the press conference. Again, phenomenal job from her. She actually stepped away from a faction that she created to actually take on this championship match, and for her to come out of it on top, just phenomenal job from Bailey. It was, and she stepped up to the plate, and she was hot as hell tonight. Like I think Steve probably gooed himself checking out Bailey tonight. I really do. And we got a couple of good butt shots from her. I mean, she was fucking hot. um, you really, when you look at the phenomenon over the years that WrestleMania has become, because WrestleMania was it was supposed to be a one-off, just something that was done to kind of boost ticket sales. And they got Madison Square Gardens and they booked it. And the first one was Hulk Hogan and Booker T, or Hulk Hogan and Mr. T teaming up in a tag team match. And I mean, and they did, it was just supposed to be a publicity stunt. And then you look over 40 years and what it's become and how big it is. And it really is it's wrestling Super Bowl. It really is. And to see the culmination tonight, 40 years later, the milestone and how it ended, you couldn't ask for anything more fitting. You really couldn't. And for the one to turn the table to be the Undertaker of all people, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I'm after a pretty strenuous day today at work, and to come home and to grill and to watch this and to enjoy it and kind of reconnect with my younger years. I was extremely satisfied to have that release. For those of you that don't know and you didn't tune in to Mayhem's Amigos tonight, I did receive some bad news at work today involving a couple of different things. I also feel like I wasted a day because instead of just staying home and minding my own business and doing what I wanted to do, I stepped up for one of my students and I took this student to his test location after telling him all week to come in, work on what he needed to work on, study it at home, do what he needed to do. And I took him to his test location to ultimately watch him do exactly what I said he was going to do on Friday, and I said he wasn't ready. I was pretty upset, and I got home, and on the way home we were doing Amigos, and then I got home. I finished the show up here, and then WrestleMania started, and I said, "Look, I want to watch this. I want to have something to allow me to suspend reality for a few hours and just enjoy." And I really got it. I obviously understand, real injuries can happen if people are not paying attention, but I also understand that a lot of it is scripted. And like a good docudrama. You can watch this and watch it unfold and see what it's going to turn into. And you can kind of even predict it sometimes. And to see how this unfolded, I really got something that I wanted. And it may not have been much, and I know it was written, but I got something today after all of the heartache and all of the problems and everything that I've got going on. I was actually able to sit down and watch something that allowed me to get away from it and reconnect with my inner child and really feel better. And I know it's crazy that I would feel better, but it did. And I was very happy with that. I'm gonna try to share a screen and call Rage because this turkey is dragging his feet. All right, come on, Rage. We'll see if he answers. We as I share this. All right. So now we should be hearing everything, right? He's probably not gonna answer. Nope, he's gonna duck it. As usual. Promise me he's gonna do this. And he's gonna duck the call. How unreliable. How unreliable of a person are you? How dare he? Wow. And he's not answering. Go figure. So I'm going to stay on with this for a couple more minutes and say, if you have something out there that no matter what, no matter how crazy it might drive you or how bad it runs you into the ground or whatever's happening in your life, if you have something out there, no matter how ridiculous, that will boost you back up and build you back up and help you get back on the path that you need to be on so you are prepared, embrace it, enjoy it. And who cares what somebody like Roy is going to say? Enjoy it. Don't be ashamed of it. Because if I can leave you with anything tonight, let me leave you with this. Ladies and gentlemen, all of us, we only have one life. And the only way to truly understand it is to live it to its fullest. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for touching base with us on our recap. I will see if Knucklehead would actually like to do a show sometime this week. And if he will, then we will log in. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and good night.